What's up guys, I'm going to do another Pikmin 2 video. This time we're going to be tackling Day 2 in the Valley of Repose. Yeah, this game is awesome. I don't think there's a whole lot you can do here in Day 2. If I'm lucky, I might be able to get into the cave, but I think we're probably just going to be building up our Pikmin. Oh, I don't know why I skipped that intro thing. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company? The Pikmin seem to still be asleep inside their onion. What lazy creatures. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion and press A to call them out. So I'm gonna call my Pikmin out. And we're just I'm gonna do that so they get out here faster. Run into this guy so I can get him back. And then I'm gonna come over here and get some of these 5 pellet posies. Maybe a couple of these guys do that one. Okay. I think that is a 35 Pikmin gate. Alright. Yeah, it should give us, what, another 12 Pikmin or so? So that should be good. Yeah, that'll be enough to take down that gate. I'm gonna pick up Olimar, or Louie, actually. Yeah. Pluck all the rest of these. We should have 36 Pikmin. Did this thing? No? It grew a little bit. Is there anything up here? I know there's usually some nectar up here, but I don't think it spawns until like after day 5 or something like that. Yeah, so we're probably going to come back and get that later. We're definitely going to try and get, well, yeah, we should be able to get the gate, or not the gate, yeah, well, I guess the gate destroyed, and then also the, whatchamacallit, get into the cave today. We should be able to do that. That should be a good day's work. And if you throw Pikmin directly on these guys, it'll kill them instantly. So like that, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have them take them back now. I'm gonna have Louie carry these guys back. I'm gonna have Olimar explore over here and see if there's any pellet posies or anything over here for us to gather more Pikmin, and there is. Okay. So I'm gonna take Louie now, and we're gonna go over here. We're gonna get the rest of all these pellet posies so we can maximize all of our Pikmin. And that's basically what we're gonna want to be trying to do for these first couple of days. Is we're going to be trying to get as many Pikmin as we can. We're gonna get all the rest of these. Yeah. Then there's never anything down here except for Louie's face plant, imprint thing, I guess. I don't know what you'd call that. These guys are really slow when they don't have flowers on them. They just have the leaves. Jeez. So I'm going to be trying to get as many Pikmin as I can, so that way we can take out this big old... I can't remember what these guys are called. I used to have, like, I used to know all the names of all the enemies and everything in this game, but just over time I've forgotten all of that. Yeah, I can't remember what they're called now. Huh. Come on. But yeah, so I absolutely love this game. We're about 1/4 of the way through the day right now. There is a treasure that we need to get over here. Yeah, you can see it at the top of the screen right over there. There's that guy. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have these guys be breaking down the gate for now. And then I'm gonna take Olimar and come over here and pluck the rest of these guys and collect all these Pikmin. Because that's the only thing we really can do this day is just build up our Pikmin, and then we can, ooh, sick, that gave us more Pikmin now. And now it's a 5-1 too. And I think it also might give us a bonus because it is the right color. So, we'll see, 48 Pikmin, so if it doesn't, it'll go up to 53, but we'll see. We'll see what it does. Two, 53. Nope, it doesn't. Huh. I don't know. I remember it doing something like that. There was something where if you get the right color on it, it gives you more. Maybe that's like a 10 pellet posy or 25 or something. Sweet, and they got that. I was wondering what was going on, why my screen was gonna dim out like that. How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall? When massed, their might is ferocious. Louis, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not, Olimar. You're failing in your duty as a superior. Allow me to explain. Press A to grab Pikmin and release to throw them. Call them into a group with B. Press X to disband the group. Use C to issue orders and objectives to the group. We already learned about this yesterday. C is used for swarming Pikmin around treasure and enemies or making them march in a line. So now we have 53 Pikmin. This should be good for taking out this boss. Hopefully, I don't want to lose any, but I honestly really don't care if we do. I used to really care about that on my main playthrough of this game. Like when like I said in the last video, I have not beat the game. I'm in the very last den where, oh dang it, one died. Okay, that's not bad. There we go. I'm gonna put... Nope, we need one more. Okay. And I think I might need 35 for this. Yep. Okay. So we are good. Whatever. I'll just carry both leaders. And then we're gonna come over here and we're just gonna discover this cave. And there's water to my right, so I don't think we can progress until we get blue Pikmin. Interesting. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie underground? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Do not fear. The leader of this group of Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod too. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. And then yeah, so there's water, so we cannot progress in this area until we finish, until we get blue Pikmin, which is in the third area. No, just kidding, it's in the second area. So yeah, once we do that, we're gonna come back here. Actually, I don't think we're gonna come back here for a while. We're probably gonna do a lot of the Awakening Wood, and then we're finally gonna come back here probably after we do the third area. But yeah, so we got 2 of these guys and a treasure, so we should probably have about like 60 Pikmin and a treasure before we end up going into the hole. And then in the hole, it's pretty easy. I think it's only like a 4-layer hole. I don't know what you call it, cavern, cave, something like that. I don't believe that was in Pikmin 1. I believe that's a new feature into this game. Oops. There we go. And then pluck all these guys. 69 Pikmin. Okay, sweet. Oh, we got a lot more than I thought we would. I thought we'd only get like 60. But that's cool. 170 Pokos. The name is the Utter Scrap. And it's just like a smashed can. And I'm going to keep plucking all the rest of these guys. We're going to take all of our Pikmin and then we're going to go into the cave. And fun fact, I guess. When you go into a cave, it saves. Well, it doesn't really save, but it well, I guess it does save the game, but it preserves your time. So right now we're a little bit past midday. It'll be this exact same time when we come out of the cave. So what you can do is you can maximize your amount of time in your day, and that's also another thing new in this game. As we know, actually, is it new? that we have a time of day that we... No, that was in Pikmin 1, I think. But yeah, so it tells you how many Pikmin you have entering the hole, and how many treasures you have above ground, and yeah, saving. Yeah, so you can maximize your day by going into caves and stuff right at the very end of the day, so you can get a whole lot more treasure and stuff. Intriguing. My heart sensors, or my heat sensors, excuse me, indicate that this hole's interior is warmer than on the surface. Analysis suggests subterranean areas may support different life forms than the surface. If you wish to check underground terrain, press start/pause to communicate with me. I am not just a ship, I am an all-purpose support pod. Ugh, can't speak today. Yeah, so we can gather treasures and stuff from underground, but any creatures, you won't get any Pikmin because it is not a onion, so it won't sprout any Pikmin underground. But instead, it will give you Pokos. So it will give you some cash. Well, not really cash, but it will give you some money for it. Is this guy not dead? Okay, good. He didn't die. And then my controller won't. Nope. Okay, we're just gonna have to swim. Okay. So we got this thing, the orange, 180 Pokos. The name is this citrus lump. Cool. And then we're going to kill this guy. And then we're going to collect everything in this place. We're gonna get everything, and then we're going to, well, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna come over here and stand by this and wait until they all get in. Oh no, we triggered another cutscene thing. This hole appears to be quite deep. My sensors indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Louis, you do recall that you can adjust the camera with left trigger, right trigger, and Z, correct? The expressions suggest you do. Excellent. Then approach the hole and press A to enter it. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Oh, okay, I picked up that. How can you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beasts are incompatible with my circuitry. I suppose I'll store your finds in my hold. But I do not think beasts will be worth much. So it's only going to be worth like 3 Pokos or something. It'll appear on the side of my screen whenever a thing pops in. A beast. 2, yeah, they're each worth 2. So they're not worth a whole lot, but basically with this game, what you want to do is you want to get to 10,000 Pokos, and once you do that, it'll automatically trigger a cutscene, I guess, and you will basically go back to Hocotate. And yeah, quenching emblem, it's a 7-Up bottle cap. And then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna immediately jump in the hole. So it doesn't matter how many Pikmin you have like with your actual guy. So like if you are above ground and you jump into a hole, it will only take the amount of Pikmin you have with your squad, like with you, into the hole. But when you're going deeper into a hole, you can literally just, if you wanted to, you could take your you could just take your leader and you could go and find the next level, so that way you don't even have to carry any Pikmin. Oh, this only has 2 floors, okay. And that's another thing, final floor out. Oh man, that's pretty cool. It's a good video game thing, where it like dun 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 dun, and it shows you how many or like what the final floor is. So it basically means it's a boss level, which spoiler alert on this cave, it doesn't have a boss. It's conceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design on the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage, so it will still give me point or like Pokos, but you can also find a new location. But however will we lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. So what do? 101. And so you're like, oh well, you just need what, 32 more Pikmin? Well, yeah, no, you can only have 100 Pikmin out on the field at once. And I think that's the same thing with Pikmin 3. I don't think you can. I think at the time it was kind of a hardware limitation that you couldn't, like, the game couldn't have more than 100 Pikmin, but I think it's actually just a balancing thing. So, like I said, I don't think it's. Okay, we didn't lose any. So I'm gonna have all these guys carry him back. I'm gonna kill this last guy. Oh my goodness, the controller. The stick is so loose on it. There we go. So I picked up that guy, and then what do we have here? We have purple flowers. I can't remember what these things are called. Astounding, a flower blooms in a cave deep beneath the snowy landscape. Clearly it is warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. So we're going to just toss. You can toss 5 Pikmin into each of these. And then what comes out? Little purple thingies. What could these be? Little purple Pikmin? Interesting. I love that it has like little hairs on its head. So this is one of the brand new Pikmin in this game. One of 2 new Pikmin. Amazing, a purple Pikmin. It has hair and is quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Transforming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers? Intriguing. Perhaps there are others. So there's only actually one more, and it is a white flower. Well, actually, there is multiple types of flowers, but there's only one more type of Pikmin in this game. There is white Pikmin, which are immune to poison, and they can also dig treasures that are underground. And yeah, so I know that there's only one treasure on this map, and the reason I know that is because when you hop into a floor, and if there's no treasures on it, it'll go like, and then if like there is a treasure that it's basically a treasure detector, and you know that will go all the way down and tell you that there's no more treasures on it, but it also gives you the noise even if you don't have that treasure detector thing. So plus I've played this first mission, or this first cave, a ton of times to know that this is the only treasure on this floor. But yeah, so the purple Pikmin, they have the strength of 10 of any other type of Pikmin, which is really cool. Really cool new type of Pikmin. I really love them. Yeah, so I really love the purple Pikmin, except they're pretty hard to find. There's only a couple caves and places you can get purple Pikmin. Yeah, so there is actually a flower for every type of Pikmin. So there is like a red flower, a yellow flower, a blue flower, a white flower, and a purple flower. But then there's also like multicolored flowers. This is where 200 Pokos, the spherical atlas. And then if it is shiny and stuff like that, that means it's a special treasure. And there's a special like log of special treasures in your menu. There's a device resembling a microchip embedded inside the sphere, retrieving data. Error. I can only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographic charts. I will input this data into my planetary database and name it the spherical chart, or the sphere chart. Press */pause to contact me and access the Explorer kit on the radar screen with L. Now that we have this new data, you should explore the decoded territory tomorrow. So yeah, anytime you get something new like that, it gives you a new, see if you heard that, that means there's no more treasure on this floor. But there is one more part of this globe, and that will lead us to the perplexing pool. And so this is the exploration kits. These are the like huge treasures that are really good. At the top, I believe that's the whistle that makes it, bigger, or that might be the one that plucks them out of the ground. There's one that makes your range bigger, and there's one that makes that like plucks the Pikmin out of the ground when you whistle. And then there's like the flashlight, which I believe it just means that the whole area is lit up better. Then there's the 3 suits. There's one that makes you immune to electricity, one immune to fire, and I can't remember the other one. I think it just gives you more armor or something. Then there's the boot, which makes you faster. There's the glove, which makes you punch harder, I guess, so you can kill enemies. You can have your explorer kill enemies, but it makes them like pack more of a punch. Then there's the treasure gauge. Then there's the sphere chart, which we have. Then there's the other part of the globe, and then there's the knapsack, which allows you to take a nap, which is absolutely pointless, but yeah. I believe in the first game when you took a nap you regen health, but the only time in this game when you can regen health for your leader is when you go to sunset, or you basically, like, anytime you start a new day is when you get more health. So if your character dies, you have to wait until the next day. Yeah, and so now we have a geyser, which will take us all the way back up to the surface, and I don't think there's anything else we can do in this area. Astounding, water is shooting out of this geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it and press A to try. So there's a big old hole in the ground, so we can jump in. And yeah, so you'll escape to the surface with all your Pikmin, and you'll take all your treasures and stuff with you. And then it'll give you a list about how many Pikmin and stuff died, and also what your things are. And then it'll say, oh, what? No Pikmin died? Oh yeah, that was on the surface with that big old guy. And then, so I have finished this cave, and if you stay on the screen long enough, it'll play, there's an Easter egg. I'm not actually going to do that right now, but I will try and link it down in the description for you, a link to a video, so if you want to see it, you can check that out. But yeah, so we have finished this cave, not save. We have finished this cave, so we have all the treasures and everything here. And yeah, so now we're going all the way back to the Valley of Repose. There's nothing more we can do here unless any of the things have respawned. I didn't actually know that in the background. So in the background there, it's like a matte painting. It's just like a 2D screen or a wall that is painted as like a forest. Oh, that's cool. You have successfully returned to the planet's surface. Excellent decision making, gentlemen. We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. You have gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall send a report back to the President tonight detailing your progress. And then it ends a cutscene just to start another cutscene. Holy Mora Louis, since you will explore a new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What? You still want to work? Unacceptable. You may not realize it, but you are exhausted. You should take a much needed rest, as you have all the time you need to collect treasure. So that's referencing the first game where you only had like 30 days to collect all your ship parts, but in this game you have an unlimited amount of time. Haste makes waste, so take it slow and steady. Yeah, so you have as much time as you need. The red Pikmin go into their ship, but the purple Pikmin go into your ship. Same with white Pikmin go into your ship. Yellow Pikmin have their own onion, blue Pikmin have their own onion as well. And yeah, so that is the 5 type of Pikmin in this game. I think there's like pink Pikmin in Pikmin 3, something like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there is. I think that's the like only new Pikmin in that game. But yeah, so we have finished day 2. Basically, once you exit that cave, it automatically ends the day for you, so there's nothing you can do. So that's why we wanted to build up all our Pikmin and get all the treasure and everything we could before we went into the cave. Yeah, I'm almost 10% of the way there to our goal. I did have one Pikmin die, which is unfortunate, but whatever. I'm not going for like a perfect run. On my main save, I have like 1,000 dead Pikmin on there, something like that. Baby steps first, Olimar. Plan well and don't worry about me. Our debt is with Happy Hocotate Savings and Loan after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess. So, ha! Yeah, hello the President. This game is really fun. But yeah, I have not beaten this game on my main save. I am in the last cave that there is. But I'm only like halfway through it. And I just found it too hard, so I just ended up quitting, and I haven't played it since. But I'm definitely going to beat it on this run because, you know, I'm older, I know how to play this game better. And yeah, so the Awakening Wood is the new area. I'm going to check out the Piclopedia, and the treasures, and then we're gonna end this video, and then we're gonna pick up in the next video with day 3 on the Awakening Wood. This is the red bull board, that's what it's called. These guys are, yeah, they're not too hard. Yeah, you basically just want to throw them on its back. Then we have the snowball barb, which is the exact same really as the the red dwarf ones. We have the violet candy pop bud, which it won't actually sprout any Pikmin if you throw it into it, because these are just carrots. And then we have the clover, which I don't really understand why that's on here. And that is that's taken from the valley, or the Awakening Wood. That's kind of cool how I know where these were taken from. Like, that's from the Awakening Wood as well. And I believe all of these are, yeah, that's definitely taken from the Awakening Wood, and same with that one, because I recognize both those two areas. Yeah, that's kind of cool that I recognize that. Citrus Lump, Utter Scrap, Spherical Atlas, and the Quenching Emblem. And yeah, so we're going to go back to the start, and yeah, so there you guys go. That has been day 2 on the Valley of Repose. We finished the Emergence Cave. Next time we're going to be going into the Awakening Wood, probably going to be building up our Pikmin there. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.